Welcome back, everyone. It's round 2 of the Pocket Knockers podcast. I can't believe how regular these are. God, Jono's already huffing his yellow drink. What's in there now?
It's a different yellow drink, Michael.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite as luminous as Barocca-based
No, this is
frivolities.
just some squash mixed with some 7-Up.
Half and half.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely stuff. How are you doing this week, John? How are you feeling?
Oh, Michael, I tell you. Yeah, I'm okay. Not too bad.
Up for that one.
No, I've had a bit of what do they call vibro flare up?
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
But,
you clutched your head then as if to tear clumps of hair out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm all right. I'm good. It's just things. I don't know. It's like I caught my neck or something. My camera's going mad, isn't it?
It is absolutely manic.
This might not go. This might just be audio only at this rate.
I think it would be quite good actually for the viewers to watch your camera just phase in and out of existence. Can you see mine smoothly?
Yeah, yours is perfectly fine. So that frustrates me.
What more do we need? What more do we need?
Yeah.
Well, yours to work good would be nice. That's great. That's great. So you may remember last week, everyone. Sorry, John, I'm doing fucking fine. Cheers, mate. Last week, we conceived the podcast, right? And we mentioned that I was staying in a travel tavern when this was conceived. Now then. This leads very nicely into our first fucking train. Into our first reoccurring segment, everyone. Okay? And we are talking Manicdotes. Woo! Insert possible jingle here. Go on, John. Say it.
Man, oh man, it's a Manicdote. Oh, it's not about men. It's
not
about manic. Not man. We're not telling you what to do.
No.
It's Manicdote.
Manicdotes, as in Manic Street, but manic. It's very manic, okay? And what's manic about this particular situation is John sends me a little picture on the WhatsApp, okay? Other chatting services are available. And he has a parking ticket. I remember a sentence John said when he arrived. Oh, got lost, so I just parked around the back. Go on.
Fuck off. Don't blame me in this. Don't know.
You did say that.
I did. But that fine covers the whole area. So if you went to go shopping in your service station, as people never do, you could only have a 2 hours. And I was there for a whole 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
And we managed to go 3 times in that time. So now then, the thing is, that is quite funny, okay? And we were going to, when I was staying there, I was driving a van. As mentioned, I was there for business, and I believe probably, I did tell them my reg when I booked in, so they probably just discounted that off the whatever. But we did try and genuinely talk to the staff members, not related to parking at all whatsoever. He wanted another bottle of Fanta Lemon.
I stood there for like 10 minutes, didn't I?
It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. I can't remember. What was I doing? I think I was just getting ready in the room or something, wiping my mouth.
I think you went for a poo or something.
Might have been, something along those lines.
Oh, no, it's because you were rolling a cigarette and I went ahead.
Okay, right. Yeah. Yes, that sounds appropriate. So, that's what happened there. And that's fine. So you using this to your advantage? Did you send correspondence to them? Yeah,
I did. I lied. No, I mean, this could be evidence. What am I doing?
Yeah,
so what happened? No, I've basically told them that I parked there, and I said, I've parked there. Is that okay? Yeah, no problem. Okay, great. And I did say that I spent a long time waiting for the checkout people because it was barely attended. So I've just said, look,
I was visiting someone at the Travel Tavern.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I was visiting somebody. Exactly. I've told them all that basically.
Didn't you also say it was some sort of family-based situation?
I said friend of the family, and that's what you are.
Okay, all right.
I was not lying.
Great stuff. So
I may have just been emphasising points.
So was that a successful appeal?
They'd said that it could take up to fucking like 20 days for they're shits, because I know what you know, but it says on the letter, it says if you reply within so many days, if you pay within so many days, you pay £60, not £100, which is what they're after. So I'm now imagining them going, no, sorry, rejected. Oh, what a shame. If you just paid up straight away, you wouldn't have to pay the full £100, or I don't know. But we'll see. I'm sure we can, we can come back to this at some point. Revisit it.
Stay tuned for episode 3 of the Pocket Knockers podcast. Well, actually, no, wait there. We said the first one, aka last week's episode, was a little sneaky bonus.
It is. This is technically the full. This is episode 1 full,
Episode 1 in full, uncut.
Full fat.
Full fat. Lovely stuff.
Yes.
Manicdotes, everyone. Isn't that your favourite segment? It wasn't even that manic, to be honest. You seem very chilled out about the situation. Whenever I get a parking ticket, I'm always like, oh, fuck! Oh.
I think it's because when I got it, I can't remember what was happening. I was actually looking for something else. Oh, no, I know what it was. Was it? I think it was voting day. And I was trying to look for Flora's voting card, which was, don't know why, it was in the boot of the car. But I spent a long time looking for it, and I went, oh, fucking hell, this letter has just turned up as well. And so I was already stressed trying to sort something out. So I opened it up because that was in the forefront of my mind, trying to find the voting card. And I just kind of went, oh, I can't do that right now. And I just put it down. I just took a photo of it for you and then fucked off.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was.
Okay. Just leave that for later.
Yeah. And you've only just reminded me about it, actually. So,
well, you have done the appeal, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah,
okay,
because I know what my brain's like. So as soon as I got home, I told Flora about it, and then she said, oh, well, you should do an appeal tomorrow. And I went, no, I'm going to do it now, because by tomorrow morning, I'll have forgotten about it, and something else more important will be in my head, like, I don't know, making a new vector image for the Pocket Knockers podcast or something stupid that is not important at all.
Yes. I am the same with these sorts of things, in that I will get distracted, move on quite quickly, and disregard this particular important thing that it may be, except I will actively think of it and still choose not to do it.
Yeah, that tends to happen, and then you think about, maybe I should do it now at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. You know, I was going to get in the shower, but I guess it is only 8:00. I do have some time. I'm literally stood next to it, staring at it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, and then just slowly do anything apart from that.
Yeah, and that's why the ham stays on the floor.
That's why the ham stays on the floor. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Everyone, trim your ham, okay? Now then. Don't know what that means, but...
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
More of a Blinds fan myself. Now then. Let's move on from a Manicdote, which arguably, I was going to say it's the worst segment, but I guess it's both the worst and best at the moment because it's the only one we have.
The thing is, with these segments, they're probably never going to come back again. Like, we'll say, we've got a brand new format, which is why we just didn't bother with formats, really. Like we did last time. We went, oh, yeah, we should do this, like hot pockets, hot topics. And we just never do. By the way, anyone who's never listened to this podcast before, if you go to pocketknockers.co.uk, you've got the classic episodes, we've called it, because we decided to start over, but you can still always go back and listen to those. But just say the quality of the recordings are hit and miss. Sometimes some are great, sometimes that's a horse shit.
Yeah, but, okay. I was going to say, I've still got exactly the same recording equipment, so that's probably...
No, it's all my fault. No. Oh. It's also because, like, I've had to learn, like, different, I was learning as I went along, like, taking 2 different audio setups, audio levels. Well, 3. a lot of the time because we had someone else in as well, and I had to figure out theirs.
And they would always, that was the big issue actually, because you would always get like, there would be sometimes you'd get someone with like a professional fucking setup, right? Aldo Cookie, he's such a good audio setup and everything sounds great. And then you end up with someone, I don't know, I'm not going to name them, that just literally may as well have stapled an old PC World microphone to their chest and just go,
and you're like, how can I make that work?
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned Cookie. He won't mind me saying this, but his videos, podcasts were two of the worst ones to do for me, because I don't know if he's got problems with his hearing, but his audio is in his headphones is really loud, and it was bleeding through.
Oh, you see, he's got in-ear monitors now.
Yeah, he does, which is great. But back then, he used to wear like proper tin cans. Yeah, like them, but they were bleeding all the time. So I really had to aggressively noise gate the bloody thing.
Oh no!
But then sometimes he was talking quiet, so it's the same level as the bleed, and then you had to go through and like adjust each bits of noise
like
gate
frequency
and stuff.
Wise.
It was a pain in the fucking ass. But yeah, but as I said, that's all that stuff's still there. If people want to listen to it,
John.
Yes,
I'm feeling a bit woozy here. And insert Scream clip. Don't actually do that. I'm also wearing a Scream t-shirt, by the way, listeners. But I'm fresh off the dentist. Fresh off the dentist's bloody bench, I was going to say. Seat.
Before we start talking about your dental adventures,
okay.
You didn't have your Manicdotes, Michael. This is a format. I thought we were doing that. I thought you had one already.
No.
Oh, okay. So let's carry on.
I didn't. Do we have to? If we do Manicdotes, do we have to have one each?
I don't know. It's your format.
What
Manicdotes? Manicdotes. Tune in next time for Manicdotes. You can't.
Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah.
Fuck. I was really trying to keep a straight face then, you prick.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I went to the dentist. So a month ago, I had a root canal. That was not pleasant at all. Have you ever had a root canal? I don't know your dental history, John.
No, I've had fillings. I've got one of these teeth at the front. I got a little cap on it because when I was little, I chipped it. And I've had 2 extractions for wisdom teeth. One of them was really bad, and I've said this to you before, I'm sure, but when I had it removed, the dentist didn't spot that it was fused to the bone, my cheekbone. So when he took it out, he broke it, and a huge chunk of cheekbone came out with it. I had to have then go under anaesthetic at hospital a few weeks later, so they had to stitch it up because I actually had a gaping hole in my sinus into my mouth. So if I sneezed and held my nose, the air would come out into my mouth.
Really?
Through my gum, yeah.
You've got gills.
But not anymore. They've stitched it up, the bastards.
Oh,
so I've never had a root canal, though. And to be honest, from what I hear from everybody, I don't think I ever fucking want one.
It is a strange one because you see in films or whatever like that, I'm referring to Finding Nemo, when they when Darla gets a root canal, she's in for a root canal. Oh, right. And she's screaming her fucking ass off, and then it's horrible, right? And I was informed that I would need indeed a root canal. So I walked out of the dental because they do an X-ray and everything, and then they sort of send you on your way to say, yep, you're going to need to book a couple of appointments, and they're going to be big appointments. We're not going to be able to fit you in right now. So I left that day when I got that diagnosis, and I was like, oh no, I don't feel very good about this one. And then it took a couple of days, and then I was like, oh fuck it, I'm going to give it a Google. It's going to tell me that I'm going to die. And actually, I received positive news on like Reddit and things like that, where people are like, yeah, don't worry about it, they're fine. They're always blown out of proportion. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't. And I was like, oh, maybe they're all blown out of proportion. And the dentist herself said, yeah, no, they're really not that bad. They're just, it's fine. Just, you'd be fine. My mate Pete, some of you may know Pete from Retro Sesh days, he came over, I told him, and he said, oh, they give you cancer, don't they? So I was like, oh, fucking brilliant. I was like,
classic Pete.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? And he was like, no, I saw this thing where, like, if you get a root canal, it stops, like, some hormonal whatever, and it gives you cancer. I'm like, dude, stop looking at TikTok. Fuck me dead. Either way, I then went back a few weeks later, got the root canal. It was horrendous because, well, it just is. They're in your face. They're wrenching on your bloody face, pulling your jaw left and right. Can you open wide, please? The feeling of someone grinding into your tooth, it is similar to of like an electrical shock sort of feeling, right? Is that twingy feeling. It's not like you've fallen over and grazed your arm. It's not a burny sensation. It is like an electrical impulsive shock. And I am there. I'm a big boy, and I'm like holding on to the sides of the chair, and I'm just like, the hardest part, worst bit of it all is that you're sat there and you have to keep your mouth open. And you know that they're just two nice people trying to get on with their job and stop you from having a long-term pain, whatever it is. And you just have to be like, with your mouth fucking wide open whilst they wrench on you. And, you do feel my biggest feeling from leaving that day was a sense of violation almost, actually. This woman, by the way, I have a picture, and I haven't doctored or looked at it for any sort of sensitive information apart from my full name. But it's the same little cardboard folder that all my slips have ever gone in when I go to the dentist. And it has my original, my address that I used to live in when I was born.
Fucking hell.
So it's the same, it's as old as I am. And it's funny, but I'm walking there and I'm thinking, this woman, she's known me my whole life, and she can just go in there and like bits of tooth are flying off, landed on my glasses, like just like, having a good old time, wrenching me around. I'm like shaking with, adrenaline, heart racing and all this sort of stuff. And it's just like, and then you stop and it's just like, oh yeah, that was great, Mike. Yeah, you did really well there. Yeah. I'm like, fucking did I? I mean, I didn't hit you. I guess that's the only way it could have gone worse. I guess they probably have people pass out and actually just in the middle of an operation just go, no, that's enough. Thank you. I don't know. I would love to hear some dental stories if there's any dentists listening. But that happened a month ago. That was the initial root canal. Today, they put a temporary filling in at that time. Today was taking out that temporary filling, making sure everything had healed properly, and now I've got a proper filling in there. Okay? I got a good filling today after work, John. And this filling is worth more than anything I own, I think. Luckily, and this is what everyone's going to think I'm such a smarmy bastard now, he's NHS. Away! Sod the lot he is. It's because it's the same dentist I've had my whole life. I still managed to keep my NHS thing going.
I see.
So it's been diligent, don't get me wrong, and I do go back every year to make sure I'm kept on the records and all that. But it was NHS, so it's not actually, didn't cost that much. In fact, it was £79 for the X-ray, initial diagnosis, the root canal, the temporary filling, and the filling I got today. All in, 79 quid. So that's a bargain for the worst experience of your life. But yeah, I've got a big chunk of silver now. It's one of my molars at the back, shoved into my teeth. And today was absolutely fine, a little bit twingy. I'm kind of used to it now. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But I was, braced, fully tensed while she was shoving the stuff into my face. And because a root canal, it's like needle point sort of surgery, right? And the filling that they put in is actually like a little wire that goes into your tooth. And
fuck, mate, I can't do this.
And she put a few of them in, and they wedge them in, I guess, right, into each root of the tooth. And then what happened, John, and you'll love this, is she leans over to her assistant who has prepared this item, which is a scalpel-shaped thing, right? But it's actually a blunt rod. And what her assistant has been doing this whole time is warming it up on a hot plate. And then she just take it out and very quick, and puts it into the tooth, and it basically melts all that silver down. I honestly didn't feel a thing. What was weird, though, and some of you may know, that smell of solder when you're in the dentist. It's a weird one. And then once that was done and the roots were, it's still silvered up, then she just packed more metal into my face. And here I am.
Lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. That's going on the thumbnail.
Don't put a dick in it. I just held my mouth open for the audio listeners. That's how listeners listen. Then. So that was that. That's that done. She said, you're going to have to come back in a year and we'll put a crown on it for you. So I'll choose some sort of audacious metal to go on it at that point. John, I will send you this picture whilst I think of it, because I will forget. And you're going to message me and go, Mark, you got that picture yet? So that's good. It's a sense of relief, actually, to be fair. As we speak, I'm all paracetamoled up. I can feel my mouth again almost entirely. And I hope I never have to go through that again. And I hope you don't either, by the way. Listeners, generally, but also John.
You should have warned people about this conversation. Fucking hell.
Well, I did, didn't I? I said I went to the dentist. What?
Fair enough.
What's your problem?
I just, no, it's weird things. It's like the bit when you start talking about metal and teeth. I don't know what it is. It's like the idea of putting tinfoil in your mouth or something, and it makes me go,
yeah. But for a listener, it's just like watching a horror movie or something. It's all makes you feel uncomfortable, but it's not like I'm actually doing it to someone.
I wasn't fucking doing it. I still hate it every fucking second. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, well, you hate waking up in the morning. Fuck off.
He's got me. Yeah.
He loves waking up in the afternoon. Now then.
No, I don't.
That's true. It's true. You can't get to sleep. That's the problem, you see. It's right. John, please tell me how you see colour.
This is one an interesting one. I had a conversation on stream about this with a couple of people recently. I want to see your opinion of this, because I came out with some absolute bullshit the other day, and Flora, bless her, my fiance. I'm saying fiance because she fucking called me out on it as well. When we were talking about this last week, she listened to this and she went, "He's right though. I'm not just your partner." All right, fine. Okay, that's that over with. So I was saying to her, what if we all see in different colours, but we just will never know because we can never compare to each other? Okay. So let's say, to me, I'm going to point at this blue banner behind me, listeners. This blue banner here, obviously, is blue. Yeah.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I do immediately understand the concept of what you're saying, but also choosing an entirely optical thing to talk about.
No, because this might help. This might help people. Okay. Right. Let's just continue. Find something that's blue. Okay. Right. Yeah. And to you, that is blue. But to me, that is blue. But to he's picked up the fucking Diana mug.
Ready to go, by the way. I always have it to hand.
Bought from a charity shop. But what if I was to borrow your eyes and then I suddenly went, shit, this is green?
Yeah.
Because we see actually in different colours. Let's say the colour wheel for me has turned slightly, so it makes blues green or things like that. And we never would ever know, because it might be the way our eyes process it or the way our brain translates that signal. So I think I was showing like a red object to Flora. And she went, yeah, but, and then she went, yeah, but if you said to me, pick up that green pen, I'm not going to pick up the blue pen, am I? And I went, no, you don't understand. I'm saying that your orange could be my green. but it means it's still orange.
You still reference it as the same
yeah,
color.
Yeah, you still reference it as the same color.
You've always seen the sun as green, so
and
that's
she
just
went,
what. Yeah,
and she went, but it's orange. I don't understand. And I think it eventually ended. The conversation with her ended with Flora telling me to shut the fuck up, which is it's a common occurrence. But I wanted to see if you would understand it, but you seem to get it straight away.
Yeah, I understand the concept. Yeah, and I guess, is there any way you could prove?
I don't know, because I don't know what part with.
Well, how would you find out someone's colorblind?
Because they can't see a specific color, normally like reds or something like that, is because it's to do with it's to do with the cones in your eyes, isn't it? That's different.
That's a rear projection television, isn't it?
It's a similar process, I guess. But yeah, one of the bulbs has gone. They just need a change.
I guess what you could do.
I'm sorry if anyone's colorblind. I was a cunt there. Go get your bulbs changed, all right?
Get your bulbs changed. Your fan's broken. Your fan's broken. Now then, I guess what you would do, if we're referencing your spectrum of color, the chances of someone having a spectrum of color, like let's use just a rainbow sort of spectrum for this, the chances of everyone's colors being the same spectrum, even if they did misalign the color names with the colors, would be quite minimal, maybe.
Yeah.
It might be that actually you go, oh, it's red, green, and blue. Oh no, that's not blue. That's my yellow. And immediately you found out that that's an issue.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because we were talking about, is that why? Do you remember that annoying fucking "what colour's the dress" meme?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that is because it's ever so slightly. We're not changing, like, RGB to like GBR or something like that. We're not doing that, but it's just very slightly. Or the other one that I've always had a problem with is, what colour is a tennis ball? Because to me, it's green. But lots of people say it's yellow.
Okay. I mean, I've had this a lot with fluorescent colours generally, luminous sort of colours. I'm usually in the bit against people. I don't know why. Now, if we can just...
I fucking know why, mate. Trust me. But apparently the colour... I can't remember the exact colour name for a tennis ball, but I think it uses the word yellow in the colour.
Okay.
But they also describe it as it's a green colour, but it's called yellow.
Yeah.
And that's fucking stupid. So it's ridiculous.
It doesn't really matter because a human named it. So it's whatever. My point was, if you rewind a little bit to the dress... Sorry for the train, everyone. Okay, sorry about that.
And the train is gone.
It's gone. If we rewind to the dress, now you said, what about if your RGB, for instance, in this case, is just a little bit tweaked or on the frequency scale or whatever? Then how would you explain how everyone viewed that on a device? Because that device is going to reference that color and put it in that group and display that picture for all those middle-aged Facebook users.
Now that's the other thing, because if it's one of these things where people really, it really gets to people. But I think there are some people who said, "Oh, I looked at it on my tablet and it was one, but then I looked at it on my phone, it's another," because then you've got color reproduction on screens as well. That can also,
of course, filters, cinematic, game mode.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the refresh rate of the dress? We're not doing that right now. Then, what we could do, can we work out the serial bus of our eye sockets?
Okay, I can see you really enjoyed that conversation, Michael. Have you got anything else we want to talk about?
Well, I'm carrying it on with eyes. What do you mean?
Okay. All right. Okay. I was born. Do you know what? When I was 1 year old, I was cross-eyed.
It was.
I know. The operation wasn't that successful. Thank you very much.
I mean, as we speak, you looking at your nose.
My eyes kept going inwards, and about 1 year old, I was cross-eyed, and so my parents took me to their local doctor. And he, because I have a fucking massive head, thought I had hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain. I didn't. Apparently, this is the same doctor who one day a woman went there, said they had a headache. Told them to take 2 paracetamol every 4 hours. They died the next day. He was definitely not known as Dr. Death. But anyway, I had to have two operations. I think one when I was about very young, 1-2 years old, and then another one when I was about 3 or 4. And to have my eyes adjusted because I had that operation. That apparently it's around about 3 years old. Your brain learns to use both eyes simultaneously, so you can see in 3D and you have depth perception, things like that. And that never happened to me. I actually have no depth perception. I have a dominant eye, and I can alternate between my dominant eye. But I can't use them both dominantly at the same time.
So when you drive, it's like playing Mortal Kombat.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's like, well, the best way of explaining it, I guess, is if you look at a photo someone's taken, you know what depth is in it, don't you?
Bokeh.
I don't have bokeh. Well, actually, I wear glasses when I drive, so I guess I do. I've got bokeh vision.
Bokeh vision, bokeh vision.
I was going to go bokeh face, but there we are.
Was that your doorbell?
That was my doorbell.
Oh, do you need to go get it?
I guess. I'll back in a minute. I'll pause this.
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah, beautiful. My John, who was at the door?
It was a man who says he works for Royal Mail, although his jacket looked like it was 3 times too big for him. He was a very tall, skinny man. It reminds me of, like in cartoons where kids stand on each other's shoulders and pretend to be an adult in a big jacket. It was like that, really.
I'm assuming you received a package of some sort.
It was a parcel.
It's not ticking, is it?
Not my problem. It's not addressed to me.
Is that how that works? Not addressed to you. It arrived at your door, mate.
It's not just me living here.
Oh, okay. But it's your address. Okay, anyway, right. That's great. So, if the human eye can see at approximately 200 frames per second, how fast does the serial bus need to be from the eyeball to the brain? And what quality is it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So it's 200 frames and eye resolution.
Because apparently they keep saying that, like, if your monitor or TV is less than this size, then you don't need 8K or something like that.
So it's 576 megapixels, which is approximately 32K.
Wow.
I heard, and this is fun. We're not working that out, by the way, everyone. If you want to work out 32K resolution at 200 frames per second, that would be great. Thank you. Leave it down in the comments. But
honestly, don't do that. I'm not going to read it.
We've had some lovely
I'll have
comments.
forgotten about this conversation by the time it's uploaded. And I'll be there going, what the fuck is this person on about?
1.5 terabytes every 2 seconds. What's all this? So then forgotten what I was going to say. John, sorry, I've reoccurred my serial bus talk over your eye straightening talk. We got interrupted by the farcical Royal Mailman.
No, I was saying, because like if you ignoring the bokeh bullshit you were talking about, but if you like if someone took a photo or something, you'd still be able to tell the depth, wouldn't you? It's like if I'm using my camera right now to stop with Mike, but if I put my hand out, like with depth, how far, how close my hand is in comparison to the rest of me.
Yeah.
So it's just the same.
Okay.
But what people don't get is I'm going to do the weird thing now, right? I'm looking into the camera. This is great for audio. I'm looking into the camera with my right eye, okay? And I'm going to count down and I'm going to change to my left eye. Are you ready? Are you looking? You paying attention?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Did you see it? 3, 2, 1. And I changed it. And
so there's like a 5 mil movement.
Yeah, because because this one basically has got off here going, well, I don't care what's happening right now. It's gone for a nap while that one's working.
Yeah.
It's not quite true because I still have peripheral. It's like it's on idle. It's not. It just becomes all peripheral vision in that eye.
What is the procedure for straightening one's eye?
I believe they basically. It must look like that scene in Clockwork Orange. I don't know.
I see.
They do that and they take it out. But I think I've got a couple of little scars on my eyeballs.
Oh.
But, yes.
You're right. You're out of breath.
Am I?
Yeah. You might be. Are you having flashbacks to the operation being done?
No, it's probably just because I leant forward. I've got a massive gut and it was pressing up when I was leaning at the camera and it's pressing up into my lungs. And
Like
I'm there going, can you see my eyeballs?
Great stuff. Hey, aren't eyes great? How about we move away from medical procedures and all things to do with the human body?
So we're not going to go to this bullet point that says survival wank in the notes then?
We can do if you want. Do you want to do survival wank?
I don't know why it's there. I don't know if it's a joke, but he's written on talking points survival wank. And let's talk about something. Let's talk about something else.
No, we can't not now. Everyone knows. What by just by reading the two words survival wank, what do you think that could possibly mean?
Did Pete watch a TikTok video and tell you that if you don't wank at least once every 2 days, then your balls will explode and you'll die? So therefore, you think that you need to have a survival wank?
No.
That would have been my first guess.
Okay, right.
And my only guess.
What that is actually there to denote is how if you were in a stranded situation like Castaway starring Tom Hanks, how long would it be until you had a wank?
Oh, fucking hell.
So you plane crash, luckily survive. Obviously, you've got maybe few resources around you. You've got base building to do. You need to work out fire. You need to think about food. You need to think about these things.
What's the weather like?
Let's just stick with Castaway. Let's go for sun. So you might be looking for some shelter under a tree or something.
I'm just saying, because even though it's sun, the seasons do change and shit like that. You could get there and it's like fucking hammering it down and you're going, fuck me, I need some shelter.
Yeah.
Or it could be a nice warm day and you're going, I've got plenty of time, I'll have a wank.
I don't know. I feel like not in any situation is anyone surviving a plane crash and then just going, oh, bit horny. Wilson!
All I have is this one glazed donut.
Good stuff.
I don't know. I mean, fucking hell. Jesus Christ, why is this written in here? I guess... Yeah, I'd be all right for a couple of days, and then I'd probably be more concerned as time goes on. And then I guess it's a case of maybe I want to get myself all sorted first, and that's in the forefront of my mind. Or there is a point where I start to panic, and then I just start going, well, I'm fucked anyway. There's no point doing anything. I'm really depressed. I'll have a wank. So I would guess out of those ones, I would say 5 days.
Yeah, okay.
5 days. It's that scenario. Either you're absolutely fucked and you've given up and you have decided that this is the end. So you just have a wank. Okay. Or you have managed to set up your huts and you've got your resources and you're nice and comfortable and you're going to treat yourself to a wank. So I'd say 5 days.
I mean, there's also the question of boredom.
Yeah, that's it. But you wouldn't be bored over that period, would you? You'd be constantly going, fuck me, I need this, I need that, I need that. Yeah. So I don't think that would happen.
My answer was maybe 1 to 2 weeks, I think. Because I'm quite resourceful. Now, you said log hut and stuff. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to have a fucking city and civilization built in a week and that I'm going to be bored and thus thinking about such things. But I think that I would find myself with a comfortable amount of maybe water, maybe some sort of situation like this. I've watched Lost, John. Stop making this face. And I think that I would find myself staring out at the ocean thinking, okay, maybe now's the time, thinking about this very conversation.
You wouldn't last that long.
You don't think you said you would last longer than me? Sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm being practical. I said 5 days. You're going there going, a couple of weeks.
No, sorry. When you said last that long, I thought you meant I would die before then. You mean I'm so horny that I would have to go before then?
I'm saying, what are you talking about? When you say 2 weeks, are you talking about having a wank, or are you talking about dying?
The question is about wanking, not dying.
Right, okay, that's fine. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying you wouldn't last 2 weeks without having a wank, is what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Yeah. Is it possible, like your body uses fat resources to, when you're hungry in this sort of scenario, you would lose weight, obviously. Does it use semen for any part of that resource? Or is it only ever stored and used for reproduction and pleasure?
I'm not sure. If only we had a scientific book with us on this island.
If only. Yeah. Shall we ask AI? I'm going to do it.
Oh, God.
I'm going to ask Google's AI.
Oh, the worst one.
Yeah. If you're very hungry and stranded on a desert island, will your body consume its own semen to survive? Any neighbours outside? No. Okay.
Well, you can't ask them.
No, you cannot survive by consuming your own semen. Classic AI. That's not what I fucking asked.
Can I guzzle myself to survive?
Just third day you're thinking, fuck, I've got water all sorted, but I'm so low on protein.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, listen, let's now take it away from bodily fluids functions and or operations.
Oh, this is fucking awful. Go on. What you got next? I'm intrigued.
Well, more than fucking you've got. I'm carrying this podcast so hard at the moment.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I said this. I have been watching a series. We said that we might try talking about a series that we've stumbled across that aren't brand new, but passed us by. We don't want to do brand new stuff because people will go, oh, spoilers, and all this shit. I'm going to tell you when it ran from and to.
Okay.
It was 3 series, and it started in 2018 and ended in 2021. So everybody should be okay. But if you want to watch Mr. Inbetween, stop listening for a bit. I'll chapterize it so you know. It's quite good. It's really fucking good. It is only 3 series. It's really weird. The first series is 10 episodes. Then the second one is 11. And then the last one's 9. I'm not sure what happened with the numbering there. But it's about... it's set in Australia, and it's about a guy who's basically he's a hitman. So a paid assassin type bloke. But it's about like his personal life, like, spending time with his daughter when he's got her, and also helping to care for his brother who's got motor neuron disease, and meeting a girlfriend as well. But then it keeps going back to like that, and also like the different jobs that he has to do throughout each episode. Sometimes they carry out for a few episodes. Sometimes they're one-off things. And his friendship with and a couple of other guys that also work in the same business as him. So it's he primarily does jobs for a guy who has, as a front, runs a strip club, but he's also involved in like drug dealing, money loaning and things like that. So he just has to go out and go, right, okay, they haven't paid up. I'll break some legs, or I will go out and I will get them to dig their own grave and I'll shoot them and, then crack on with my, about my day, basically.
Ooh.
And then you kind of start to see cracks come through because he's not very good at managing his own anger. And sometimes his idea is like people need to be taught a lesson, through means of like, violence or whatever, because they won't learn otherwise. Things like that. He's like, you can't just tell people off, or a bad boy, you've been arrested. He's like, no, you kick shit out of them. But honestly, it's really good, and I want you to watch it because I'll be honest, there's a lot of it. It considers itself a dark comedy / drama. It's definitely more drama, but there are some, very dark comedy moments in it. But there was an episode that fucking made me cry as well. Yeah, but it's got all the elements of drama, the suspense, the sadness, the fun.
Does it? And this is a big one for me. Just to clarify, it is on the talking points for next podcast already. I will watch this in between. If you want to watch it too, you can at Disney Plus or ITV, and we can all talk about it next week. You can hear what I think of it, and hopefully it matches what John's saying here. But my biggest point about any series, especially one that has concluded, is does it conclude, or does it just end up dangling like a tit in a breeze?
It leaves it open, but it concludes it.
Okay. That's pretty perfect then.
I will say, what's the best way of saying it without ruining it? It leaves an open ending for you to decide. Yeah, but okay. It doesn't. I think the guy who created this, so he made a film in 2005,
right?
And it was on a really, really fucking like a few 100,000 budget or something like that, maybe less.
Okay.
And someone saw it at a film festival and went, that's great. Let's edit it a bit better. And then they released it. And then nothing really happened from it. And then it got picked up as a full series. I would say the film was called The Magician, but I would suggest to anybody, don't watch it. Go and watch Mr. Inbetween. Then if you're interested, go and watch Magician afterwards, because they're very different tones, and the film's a bit... It's not like... What's the best way of saying? It's not canon, so you don't have to worry about it in that fashion. But it's very janky. The Mr. Inbetween itself is really fucking good. I basically binged it this week. I wholly recommend it, and I will shut up now until we talk about it next week when you've watched it.
Yeah, sure.
Also, the episodes are only like 20-something minutes each.
Oh, really? Oh, so you can just sort of cane it then, hence why you were able to, just get it done. Yeah, nice one, man. There's one that I've heard on another podcast I listened to called The Leftovers. Drama, 3 seasons. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it, judging by, I've just done a quick Google. It's not ringing any bells. But basically, it's sort of like a bit of a rapture sort of situation where there are some people left over on the planet, but some people just get, I don't know. They get teleported, they get killed, they get whatever. I don't fucking know. But they disappear, basically. And you'll just be walking along one moment, and then suddenly, boom, your wife just disappears. And you're like, what the fuck? But it happens. I believe what happens is it's just one event throughout the whole planet, maybe. Or, I don't know. This is just in America. And that's it. So then everyone's left to sort of carry on and rebuild or whatever with who's left, hence the name, The Leftovers. And this was one that I personally love, a series that has a nice bit of mystery going on, so I love Lost. Okay. I know lots of people don't, and I'm with you somewhat. The later series definitely is a bit of a nosedive compared to the first 3 or so. But I still love it. I love the amount of mystery there is. You never know what's going to happen in an episode. Every episode of Lost specifically does feel like they dragged it out quite a bit. But The Leftovers here, I thought it might be a good one.
He co-created Lost, the guy who made this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Damon Lindelof. He co-created Lost.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so I think, definitely. What else has he had to do with?
The Hunt, Lanterns, Mrs. Davis.
He did the Watchmen TV series that came out recently as well. So
now,
I might add it to my list.
Add it to your list, mate. I might give it a watch in between watching episodes of Mr. Inbetween. The only thing I will say is that it's ran for hang on, it says it ran for 3 series and first aired in 2014, so it's long done now. Final episode date was 2017, but I don't know if it concluded or not, and that is a bit of a risk with this, because if it's amazing, even those 3 series could be amazing, but if you get no questions answered, it's a fucking waste of time.
This is what I don't like now about ages ago. You used to have like a program will come along, and each series would wrap up, and maybe leave some bits open for future, just in case. And that's great. But lots of series now, they always seem to plan ahead. It's way too much, and like you can't have a satisfying ending at the end of a series. You've got to be there, sat waiting for the next one, and it's like, but you don't know because everything is so volatile. You don't know if it's going to get renewed or not.
Yeah, it's
so
very true.
Stop it. Just fucking stop.
So just as a quick what's it. I've gone a bit above and beyond here. Don't worry, no spoilers. As mentioned, I want to watch it too. But it says the question is The Leftovers series worth watching? The answer is yes. The Leftovers is widely considered a masterpiece and absolutely worth watching, particularly if you appreciate deep, emotional and character-driven dramas. It is a critically acclaimed HBO series focused on how people cope with inexplicable loss, grief, and faith, rather than solving the mystery of the event itself. And specifically with regards to the ending, it says it's a masterful ending. So that's quite good to know that it is rounded off in some way, and that it was actually held in high regard even back in the day.
When they started principal photography in 2016, they said, we're immensely grateful for the opportunity to try something that looks to feel different from preceding seasons, and we absolutely cannot wait to bring our story to its conclusion.
Yeah, so it is concluded.
Yeah.
Good, that's great news.
That's good.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I'm going to grab that one as well, I reckon. I'm going to grab that one as well. It's been a while since I've got into watching a series. To be honest with you, I've just been watching reruns of Top Gear.
I went through an old series that was on BBC Three back in 2004, I think, called The Smoking Room.
Okay.
You can guess what it's about. It's about a smoking room in a workplace, but it's kind of like one of those bottle scenes where it's only ever set in that room, and the characters come in and out. And I miss shit like that. It's
everything has to be so fast paced now. Flash, change, and it's just like actually a good performance from actors and actresses and so on and so forth. Really well written stuff can be as deep, meaningful, funny, hysterical, scary, whatever it is. I love films that are based in one specific location. Panic Room is one that comes to mind immediately, where it's just, well, obviously them trapped in a fucking panic room. How are they going to get out? How are they going to get in? Are they going to get in? There's a lot of suspense going on. Good acting as well in that one particularly. Phone Booth. That is an incredible film. I love that. It's very early noughties. Lots of saturation going on, and the fashion is up the wazoo. Flip phones up the wazoo. But really good film. And yet again, it's completely set around, of course, the phone booth. But yeah, I love that sort of thing. And you can do a lot with that. I imagine a pokey little, I assume, British sitcom called The Smoking Room is probably a lot easier to make, sorry about the train, than maybe a film that you're hoping to gross X amount.
Well, I found it interesting because it came out around the same time as Ideal. With Johnny Vegas, and if you think about it, that was like a single setting as well. It was always in his flat.
Yeah, it was in his flat. Yeah,
but yeah, this one was a bit different. I mean, the biggest cast member they probably got in it is Robert Webb, of Mitchell and Webb. He's in it. There's a few, but he's the main one that always seems to be in the smoking room the majority of time. It's like when the boss turns up, he's always just getting up, putting his cigarette out, back to work or something.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
He's just always on the Skype. But it's, that's silly nonsense, and I love it.
Yeah.
Back when BBC Three used to occasionally make some good shit.
Man, BBC Three. I remember when I had. I don't think it was when I first had a TV in my room. It was literally just a PlayStation machine, or indeed a Mega Drive SNES thing. But it was literally just an object for playing video games on. And then when I got would it have been when I got a PS2 that I got a coax cable put in? It would have been before that. But I had coax. We managed to get coax up to the top of this house, and I had some signal. But what I used to watch every evening, BBC Three, as you say, was 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
This gets slated all the fucking time now.
Really?
I don't know if it's cool to slate on it because, it's all dated and stuff like that. But I watched that fucking series to death. Sure, the last series or last two series, wank.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, they make joke. Well, Johnny's not even in it, I don't think, is he?
They did the whole joke about the whole jumping the shark.
Yeah.
But that's when they staged the whole live episode for that one, I think.
Yeah,
as well.
And then you got the obviously the most famous one is the pub zombie blah blah blah.
I always thought the most popular, the one I remember the most is when they did the musical.
Can I get a blowjob?
Yeah,
yeah. No, that is good. Yeah, no, you're probably right, actually. Yeah.
But
Either way, I really like that show. Very easy watching. But there was something on either before or after it that I also used to watch. And it was another comedy-based thing. It wasn't The Mighty Boosh. Was it The Mighty Boosh? Is that when I watched The Mighty Boosh for the first time, maybe?
Mighty Boosh was originally on BBC Three.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was another one that used to have Greg Davies in it as well.
The Inbetweeners.
Yeah, I think it was an early comedy series that had him in it.
Yeah, wasn't that Channel 4?
No, there was Inbetweeners was, yeah, but before that he was in a BBC Three series.
I'm literally gonna.
There was another one. Was Man Stroke Woman on BBC Three?
Possibly. I've never seen it.
Titty Bang Bang.
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Fuck off. Jesus.
Mighty Boosh, of course, being Human Film Club Torchwood. Okay. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. There it is. Little Britain. Jesus. No, nothing jumping out on that list there. There's some good stuff on there, though. Mind you, though, one of the things on this list is Top Gear, and that was not a BBC Three programme. BBC Three didn't exist when Top Gear first came out.
No, but it was shown on it. It was repeated on it. I'm looking at the
I see. Was it?
I'm looking at the BBC Three productions here.
Oh, gosh.
But, yeah. I can't really see much else.
Okay.
It may well have been Mighty Boosh.
I can imagine it must have. Let's just go with that for the sake of this fucking conversation.
Was it the Mighty Boosh, Mike?
Yeah, the Mighty Boosh. Heels up tied you. Right. That was great, actually. A couple of good recommendations there. One from you, one from me. I'm quite looking forward to watching both of those by the sounds of it. Now then. The Leftovers. Can we just go back to that?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to just have a look where it's available, and it's only available on HBO Max. So if you've got that, that's great. Or you can do what John and I will probably do. Now then.
Subscribe to HBO Max.
Subscribe to HBO Max and pay your parking tickets.
I'm just subscribing now. What was it called again?
HBO Max. Yeah, Yiffy. Now then. Yiffy doesn't actually do series. He only does movies, I believe. Probably. Are we pausing this recording right now to get these downloads? These subscriptions on the go?
Why am I showing this? I'm just subscribing to HBO Max.
Are you right? You're showing it to prove that you're not. How much is HBO Max?
I'll tell you later.
Oh.
I don't think ahead on this, do I? Shit.
Why are you going to search on your phone if you weren't confident at all? $5.99 a month, everyone. Right, now then, just check because I'm subscribing right now. I also have another talking point. Now, John, what do you think this could be? It's not health or body related.
It's going to be you. It's probably cars.
You're not wrong. And trains. I've come to what? Why are you laughing at me?
That was a genuine guess. Have you written this down as well? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. It was just a big guess. Yeah, cars.
A big guess. Cars. Some of you may know I have a YouTube channel we mentioned last time. We won't mention it every time. It's called Tiresome. I work on cars there. Sometimes I haven't recently because my mental health has been a bit shite since sort of late last year. It's getting really good now. I'm getting back into the frame of things, getting myself back on the page. Unfortunately, still not really going to make any car videos in the near future. But I have 3 vehicles. I have an Alfa Romeo 159, which is my daily driver. It's currently broken. I have a Scimitar, which is my long-term family friend car. It feels like a member of the family at this point. I've had it for, 11 years maybe now? Yeah, it is. And I love that thing to bits. It's broken. I also have a Toyota Supra. It's a Mark III one. It's a 1989. It's the cool one with the pop-up headlights and everything. Looks really fucking Japanese. If you see it, you are instantly transported back to 90s Japan with the car scene there. And my particular one is in horrific condition. It needs a load of work, and I got it 2 years ago as what was going to be a really long-term project, a canvas to get the welder on and all that sort of stuff, and really learn and hone some skills. Things happened. I lost motivation. Now I've also got very little expendable income after each month. I mean, some might say it's even negative, but I have now chosen to sell that vehicle, which is a bit of a problem for me because it's one of those things, John, and this is where the conversational point is. You have to sometimes just sacrifice something and just cut it off, you know? Like, I've got a fucking project car. I've got the Scimitar to play around with. I've got the Alpha, which is the daily driver. I don't fucking need another one, especially at this point in my life. And I've just had to put my tail between my legs and just allow everyone that when I first bought that car was saying, oh, you're never going to bloody get that running. Well, looks like you're fucking right, mate. I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to learn a load of new skills, put some time into it, but it's just going to cost so much fucking money and indeed time.
Life gets in the fucking way. And that's the thing. You realise that that's not your life. Yeah. Now, I'm all for, like, people who might collect stuff or have major hobbies or things like that. I do as well. And I have got to the point where I have spent silly money on collecting stuff in the past. But I don't really collect things anymore because I know what I do when I do collect stuff. So it is a case of sometimes people have to learn that unfortunately there are priorities in life and you have those priorities, and you know that they're no matter what it is, and it's not all doom and gloom for you, is it? I mean, you know, we both have really difficult times, but we also know what to appreciate in life, and it means you can put focus into that. Just because a car's fucking off that you love to bits and you really want to show some achievement from, there is plenty that you have achieved, isn't there? That's it. And you just need to remember that. You can't just go look at that car and go, oh, fuck that up. You should. It's really easy to focus on that. You need to just sometimes just step back and go, but look at what I have done. And that's funny because that's coming from me, who's the kind of person who gets fucking miserable all the time. But you live and learn. I mean, me, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I would have just been a complete miserable cunt. But now it's like, you know, life teaches you those important lessons where you just have to fucking learn to move on and appreciate everything that you've done and learn to actually say, hey, I've achieved something, rather than feeling bad about. I used to feel bad about feeling good about myself because then I felt like everything I did was selfish.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're allowed to be a bit proud of things you've done.
Of course you are, yeah. And I think the pride would probably come in the form of the scimitar. But I have literally done very little to the Supra, really, apart from devalue it more. No, that's not true. I replaced the doors, the bonnet, and the boot. But I think the biggest sort of thought for me is that the car is sat there. It's on axle stands at the moment. Looks like shite. It's a nice sort of all the neighbours and everything. It's been there for 2 years. No one's said a word. They're good as gold, and they'll, well, if anything, they'll say, "Yeah, oh, keep on working on it. You'll get there eventually." They're really nice. But my shed, which is a 12x7 shed, is almost full of just specific parts for this car, whether it's a big roll of the carpet, the big roll of carpet for the car, or that we completely disassembled the engine to clean all the components and put it back together again with the new head gasket and ARP head studs and all this sort of stuff. And that's all now completely encaged within my workbench. So to get rid of that, even if I make a loss, even if I give the car away, it's like, if it goes to someone who's actually going to do something with it, I'm super happy with that. Have a good one, learn something new.
It'd be great just to say to them, like, "Hey, would you mind, like, once you've done it, can you just send us a picture or something like that?"
I honestly don't want it.
No, would you cry?
I would not cry. No, I don't. I'm not, and that, I think, is the problem. I'm not emotionally invested in the car. The idea of the car and owning one. It's a car that I played in Gran Turismo back in the day. I've always wanted one, hence why it's sat there right now. But they're worth too much money. And the only way I was ever going to get into one is by buying one that's in that state. I got it off someone who has an absolute abundance of spare parts. So it was like a bit of a good deal in some ways, because all these rare things like door handles are like 75 quid just for a door handle. But he's got tubs of the fucking things. But my point is by getting rid of that clutter and all that sort of shite, it's going to make me more motivated to want to go out, I believe, and get on with actually working on the Scimitar, which is the car that I fucking should be working on and keeping on the road. It sits there a majority of the time. I fire it up maybe once a month. I just love it so much. Fire it around the block with a massive smile on my face, watching the fear in the little one's eyes as I drive past. And then I put it back down, turn it off, and leave it there for another month. And it deserves more than that.
I do totally get you there. Like, when you've got multiple projects there, and you want to focus on one project, but the one that you really just have no interest in is staring at you in the face and it's cluttering everything up. It demotivates you for everything else.
It does. It does indeed. Yeah. And that can be both mental and physical space. Mm-hmm. But in my case, it's more, well, I guess it's both really. It's mainly physical, but then that's demotivating.
It manifests into your mental space.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm actually quite looking forward to that. It feels like maybe getting rid of literally some dead weight, and being able to move on into a more positive part of my life,
Lovely.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a negative, getting rid of something and sort of coming to terms with it, but it is positive in that I am able to say that and just move on.
I've been having a bit of a shit one with projects recently. I think I might have mentioned last time we were talking that my son is living at his mum's, and so I'm going to be moving all this shit up there to his room. If he stays, we're still, there's sofa bed and stuff like that. But he's 19 now. He doesn't need to keep popping over, staying at dad's, things like that. But I still want to make sure if he needs to stay, he's got somewhere to crash. Yeah. But all this stuff's going up, so now I need to move all that stuff. And because I've had this horrible thing, I messaged you about it the other day, but I get it's weird, knotted lumps right in the center of the back of my neck. And then after that, the inflammation seems to spread. So the muscle just above your shoulders there, and then it all shoots up into the head. So I end up getting earache, jaw pain. Wow. And it fucks me up. And then the next minute it affects my arms, God knows what.
Oh, wow.
But I've been like that for a week. And it's been doing my head in, and I wanted to get started on that. But to start it off, he's got one of these, it's an Ottoman storage bed. So you lift it up and then you put loads of shit in it. So there's loads of shit in there. I need to get the mattress down to the tip. I need to dismantle the bed, stuff like that. And then I can get started on cleaning the walls and at least do part of the room. But because this is getting to me, and then like at the end of the day, I'm thinking, oh, I'm feeling a bit better. And I'm trying to convince myself that I'll be okay tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
And then tomorrow happens, and then I'm fucked all over again. And like, I can't even fucking get down the stairs some days because, you know, the pain, just the inflammation seems to spread throughout my whole body. And it's just doing my head in, and I'm beating myself up all the time. Because I'm only focusing on that one thing. I'm seeing the one negative thing that, you know, that this is my challenge. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
By the time this podcast comes out, I hopefully will have just done a charity stream this weekend for 24 hours.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, you're in it.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yes. So, but hopefully I can say that, you know, when this comes out, I'll say I've done it, but I've been dreading that as well, just because I've been so run down. So yeah, all that kind of shit kind of gets to me, but sometimes I just have to stop and think and just go, look, you're just doing the best you can.
Yeah, for sure. 100%, mate. Yeah.
Stop beating yourself up. And that's what I do all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's crazy, actually. I mean, the first load of demotivation I got, don't really want to go into, but the second wave of demotivation came in like maybe December last year. And that's when my tooth started getting... Well, unbeknownst to me, I was just, you know, when I drank a drink, it would feel a bit more sensitive than it did. And it wasn't until maybe mid-January where I realised, fuck me, I've got like a bit of an earache. And it was, and sometimes it would just, you get that spike of pain up towards from your lower jaw up towards your ear. But it was enough constantly to make you just feel that depressing, oppressed sort of just looming sense of dread and it really did. Yeah, it really does fuck you up. And you get home from work, you eat, and then, well, you didn't go home from work, but you get home from work.
You.
And then, and all you want, you just lie down. You just maybe have a painkiller or whatever, and you just fucking lie down. And then you feel like shit because you wasted your evening. You wake up in the morning, you do exactly the fucking same thing, and then you just, you know, it's like, what the fuck? But
it's ridiculous how it gets to you. It's like, as I said, I've had it with tooth pain. It's kind of the same. It's like it shoots up into your head, and then you get a bit zappy from it, and things like that. Yeah. And it really fucks you up. So, like, the fact, it goes all the way down your fucking shoulders and your head. And, like, after a while, like, you try and sleep, and you're like, am I sleeping right? Is this going to fuck my posture up? And things like that. And I don't know. It's happened before, though. It's happened multiple times before, and I just wish it would fucking stop.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been to the dentist? Maybe it's that.
It's not that, but because it's happened before I had the last been to the dentist. But you have reminded me, I need to book a bloody dentist appointment.
Get your appointments in.
Yes.
The thing I will say is, sorry, not thing I will say, but you did already say that it was fibro causing it, so that's that.
Yeah. It's a prick.
It's one of those things. Like I irrationally and in naivety, everyone, this time last year, people talking about mental health and depression, anxiety, things like this. I have experienced a lot of stress before, but those other ones I'd never really thought of. Like, obviously I'm worried about stuff, or if I've done something wrong, I feel like other feelings as well. So obviously I'm aware of those feelings. But when people say, like, I can't get out of bed, like I am just fucking just depressed or done, anxious, can't leave the house because of this, I never really, you just have to take their word for it if you've never experienced it, really. At the end of the day, you have to appreciate that they are people and that is how they feel, and you haven't experienced it, so you just have to go with what they say. But now I have experienced it. It's just like, fucking, it's the worst, honestly. You could just get into work, be absolutely fine, get the coffee machine on, and then suddenly, wham, you just have a wave of anxiety or whatever come over you, and you're just, I'm a pacer. I'll be pacing around, overthinking absolutely everything, which always turns out absolutely fine. Speaking of absolutely fine, John, let's bring it up onto a bit more of a positive one, shall we?
Yeah, I just want to say it's quite good that we're talking about this, because when this comes out, it'll be the end of Mental Health Awareness Week.
Oh, the end.
Topical.
Is that what you're streaming for?
Yes.
And
raising money for Samaritans.
And what would I have just done on your stream when this podcast comes out?
I can't remember. We would have picked some really shit game to play at 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning on the 16th, aka the 17th.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to pop that in now. Luckily, my unmotivated, depressing life means that my weekend's free. I'm actually fine, everyone. I know you're all worrying about me repeatedly. Don't. It's fine.
It's kind of why I like doing these podcasts with Mike as well, because, as I said, like, you know, you can have a horrible moment of like, because stress can trigger fibromyalgia, and then that causes depression because you can't do anything, things like that. And Mike will literally just turn around to me and say, "Get a fucking job." So,
hey man, you give it as much as you take it.
No, you've got to fucking laugh at it, haven't you? You can't let it take your fucking life.
No, and I only mean it in a playful way, of course. It's not that you need to pay taxes or anything.
I fucking do, you cunt. So
you
fuck
don't.
off.
You earn
I
exactly.
do, you prick.
You earn exactly the right amount to not need to pay taxes. Yes, beautiful stuff. Have you played? What have you been streaming this week? You been playing any games or anything?
Yeah, I was playing. I've just finished a game called Dead Take, which is a weird horror one. Yeah, it's very slow. It's like you have to figure out puzzles and stuff. But it's got like FMV elements in it.
Oh,
so you're in some rich fucking movie director's house and you're trying to figure out why your mate went missing. But to figure it out, you find bits of film footage or like audition footage, and then you have to connect them all together to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was quite slow paced. The other one that I've been playing again was that co-op game We Gotta Go, which is basically you're in a team of up to 4 people, and you all have to try and get to the toilet. But to get to the toilet, you have to say get through a haunted house, and each time you get hit, it fills up your poo bar, and then once your poo bar's too full, you shit yourself.
And is this would you class this game as a friend slop game?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's weird. It's like, it's not quite like Paranormal Activity, but you know, it's that kind of element, but also, oh God.
By friend slop, of course, I mean like Peak, Chained Together.
Oh, definitely that kind of thing.
Sort of
yeah, definitely that kind of element.
Yeah. Usually minimal gameplay with one good USP or whatever that sells it.
It's weird when you're there talking to people going like, oh shit, I need pants. Has anyone got any pants? Mine are filthy. Or I need to build up more fart so I can get rid of these ghosts. Or
yeah,
it's very odd. We Gotta Go. It is fun. It's definitely a fun game.
Yeah. That sounds like that's ruddy lovely.
What have you been playing?
I have been playing fuck all. That's not true, actually. No, I did play a game called Keep Driving, which is a pixel arty game that sounds like a driving game because it's in the name. But actually, it's more like a choose your adventure sort of choices story-driven game. And it's actually really cool. Looks beautiful. Pixel art can sometimes be pixel art, and sometimes it's just I've made a game indeed that renders in pixels. It doesn't necessarily mean it's pixel art, but this is pixel art, and it's genuinely quite good. I really like it, and I have completed it, but I will. There's many endings you can do, so I want to revisit it again, get some more life out of that one. I've started revisiting Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really very much love the Tomb Raider reboot. I don't like the original trilogy, or indeed the PS2 titles that follow that. I know it's controversial. Can everyone calm down, please? But those reboot games, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Well, actually, Shadow of the Tomb Raider sucks a bag of dicks, but Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider are good. Tomb Raider specifically is one that I have played over and over again. I think I've completed it more than 5 times now on multiple platforms. I even did it on that charity stream, if you remember, Jono. But
I do.
The Rise of the Tomb Raider is, in my opinion, just a little bit too... It's not complicated. There's just a lot going on. You can tell the graphics are much better and all that sort of stuff. The budget's gone way up. And as a part of that, they've tried to shove quite a bit into the game. And I've only dabbled it again a little bit. Last time I played it, I got to 99%, I think, and then I lost interest maybe or something like that. But this time I'm hoping to get that 100, which is good. But gaming-wise, for me, this coming weekend is the release of the new Forza Horizon 6.
Fucking is, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. So I pre-ordered that. I don't just do cars in real life, everyone. I do the games as well on Twitch. But I'm going to get the wheel out and everything like that. I imagine it's going to be a shit show because it's a Microsoft game, essentially. But historically, I haven't really liked Forza games. The cars don't feel very good, especially when you're using a force feedback wheel. They feel like you're pushing cars around a playmat rather than you're actually, like driving and the physics and everything like that. So I'm hoping that they got that a bit under control. But more than anything, the game is based in Japan, and that's beautiful. So I think even if the cars do handle a bit shite, then hopefully it's going to look gorgeous anyway. Normally on the Forza games, as well as handling, like, just pushing cars around the playmat, they just lob cars at you. I remember within the first 3 minutes of playing the previous Horizon, I had a McLaren Senna, which for those of you who don't know is like a bit of a end game hypercar, on comparison with some of the best cars you can get. 3 minutes of playing and I had that car, and it completely devalued the whole game for me. I was like, well,
what's the point? It removes most of the challenge.
Yeah, and that was Forza Horizon 5, which was based in Mexico, which I'm sure is a lovely country, definitely some lovely food, lovely people, lovely culture, but it is a bit just... the landscape isn't necessarily the most diverse, is what I'm going to say, okay? Meaning that when you're playing a video game and you're driving through, there's some nice, vibrant-looking towns, but apart from that, you are sort of in a desert atmosphere. Not much going on. It felt a bit lifeless. Not much going on there.
That's the problem with games like that when you localize it to an area, though, isn't it? You don't, like... Yeah. If you have, like, a world map to go, to go through, then it's great because you can have more variety.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with the country per se. It's the fact that you might want to see a bit more,
Yeah. But that's where Japan comes in, because you get that dense Tokyo, you get those hills where they're all drifting through, or at least, in real life they are. There's some footage of people doing it in play tests and things like that. And then, of course, you get the snowy mountains and all that sort of stuff as well. So I'm hoping that you get some proper diverse stuff in there, and that the physics of the driving go along with that too. But not only that, Jono, that's this coming weekend, which would have actually be, as you listen to this, the weekend just gone. But not this week you're listening to this, but next week, the new James Bond game is coming out. 007 First Light. Yeah, 007 First Light. It's made by the people who make Hitman, which means that I'm sure I'm really hoping it's more than just a reskin, basically. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, even if it is, I'm hoping that there's some good cues in there. Little Bond pun. But it looks like it's going to be cool. I pre-ordered that one too. So this week it's going to be a busy one with regards to brand new bloody spanking games. In fact, to be honest with you, they're the only games I've got my eyes on this year, and they both come out in the same month, so that's quite good. Assuming GTA 6 isn't ever going to come out.
I think what are we on? Oh God, we're quite far through. Yeah. I might leave this for next week, but I am intrigued to find out what your thoughts are with Amazon MGM taking on 007. If you're worried about it maybe getting milked a bit and not being as what's the word? Not exclusive as it was, but are you worried that they may just do too much of Bond? Because Bond was never a lot of it, was it?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that I could talk about for probably too long. But I think it is, as you say, we'll talk in depth next week, especially as by then I would have not played the game, I would have played Forza. But in short, I will say that I actually think, you had all the traditional films, right? Slowly progressing through time as technology advanced. So you've got all the old film techniques and everything of the Sean Connery era, the flares and everything of Roger Moore, a bit more spackly in his own way. Lots of really cool locations and filming techniques, you know, the barrel roll on the Man with the Golden Gun and all that. You get into Timothy Dalton, you get a bit more grittier there. That's really cool. They definitely are films that stand out in their own right. Yeah. Then you get into Pierce Brosnan, and you get Eric Serra, is it, on the music for GoldenEye, and everyone shat themselves because it's, oh my god, this is synth. Where's my brass? Give me my brass. Where's my twangy guitar? But it was good. It was like a new era. It's the 90s, buckaroo. And then you got Tomorrow Never Dies, where Elon Musk essentially is taking over the world with his media multiple conglomerate. But after that, you have The World Is Not Enough, which is okay. But we are getting a little bit, in my eyes, just, I really like the film. It's good. To be honest, Pierce Brosnan could do no wrong in my eyes. But you can sense it's sort of, okay, we're talking evil Russian with a nuclear weapon. Can we think a bit outside the box? That would be great.
That's it. You can't keep rolling on the Cold War.
Yeah. And then after that, you got Die Another Day, where they're like, "Fuck, we've really got to do something." Invisible Car, and this, and then they meet in an ice palace, and then there's a man with diamonds in his face. He's got diamonds in his face.
It seems like something Roger Moore would have.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, we're really flocking the horse. The only thing making me watch that film now is just watching Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. And then you go into Daniel Craig. I really don't like those films. I don't know what it is. I think it might just be because he replaced Pierce Brosnan, and I'm never going to get over that. But I actually think that was already quite flogged, away from form in some way. And I would actually say that now Amazon have bought it, I actually feel confident that they're actually going to do a good job. And go, look, actually, I've said it actually so many times in the past, like, minute. But I actually did it again. Think that they're going to go back to form and use this as an opportunity to revive something properly. And they're going to ask the right people for input. The thing is, they know that what people want. And they know the feedback of where that went, what did happen.
It always seemed like a very premium franchise to me, though. So I've just wondered if you thought maybe is it too much, or
they've got more money than God. So I think that.
I know they did that weird game show, whatever it was that Brian Cox, not Professor, did. Was in, wasn't he? Road to $1 million or something.
Yeah, I remember seeing, I think it was probably a YouTube ad or something for it, and I was instant, even though it has James Bond over it, I don't know. I looked at it the same as having like a deck of cards that were James Bond themed.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just a deck of cards. I'm not really going to watch that. But yeah, I genuinely think that they'll do good by the franchise. What are your thoughts?
We can maybe revisit it once the game's out then. Maybe not immediately, but once we've seen some of the gameplay.
Oh, because they're in charge of the entire IP. They've also got the saying and holdings for the game. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying,
got the whole license. Oh, I see. Yeah. And actually, that's quite topical, actually, because this game is called 007 First Light. And for those of you who don't know, this is almost like a bit of a prequel. You're quite a young James Bond in this one, which has never been done. And indeed could be something that they're going to do on, the movies. Maybe they're going to go and do prequels now. This next load of James Bond films that we get isn't just him going to procedurally more dangerous and outlandish events with Russians, but is actually going to be a prequel. It's going to be Hogwarts for James Bond, is what we're saying. It's Harry Potter.
What I never got with Daniel Craig's James Bond, because I always thought, like Casino Royale, they kind of did the whole thing. It's like, that's when you get your 00 license or what to kill or whatever. I thought he got it in Casino Royale, but then by the time of Skyfall came along, he was all attached to the whole original lore. But it's always been very, you can bend with the canon.
There is a lot of bending. I mean, and there has to be a lot of bending. Actually, does there doesn't, because in no spoilers, by the way, No Time to Die, he does actually have time to die at the end. But Really? Obviously. Come on. Or are we saying actually that is the end of James Bond? Because any further films with actors would have just meant that he's getting too old to actually make sense.
I think we've always known that if a new Bond comes along, apart from maybe Lazenby, you always say, okay, we're playing loose with the history. You know, we can take elements from history, but we're starting again, really. That's what people have always known. Yeah. And I don't think we need that whole kill off a Bond to bring a new Bond in and start a new story, because you already did that with Casino Royale. But there we go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't really think that they can do whatever the fuck they want, that's for sure, whether it be prequel young James Bond, Harry Potter style. Or whether it's, continuing, forgetting that whatever they did previously happened, we're just making our own thing. I don't think
anyone cares. They just want a good Bond story.
Exactly.
No one ever. I think anyone who's ever watched Bond, I don't think they care about, the accuracy of oh, well, that's not what happens because of this and this and this. You always know.
I've never ever. No, because he got shot in his arm in the last film, so he should actually have a bit of fatigue in his arm there still. What?
Yeah, get fucked.
At no point. Weird though, isn't it? Weird though, because if you. I don't know, actually. I was going to try and think of another...
Star Wars, Star Trek, all the sci-fi nerd shit. And if you went through that, Doctor Who, everyone's always like, oh, yeah, but the thing is... then you have people in forums trying to make their own background theories as to make it canon and stuff like that. It's like, guys, it's a program. Calm your fucking tits.
Yeah, it's true. People take the stuff. It's a lifestyle for some people, and when it gets fucked with, they don't like it. I'm a big James Bond fan, but I don't care. In sort of the same way as cars nowadays, I think that the best ones have been made, and I think that there's also enough of them. If you want an old red Italian car, you can go buy one. If you want a nice silver Mercedes, you can go buy one. You want a V8 supercharged and automatic, blah, 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 you go buy one of those. If you want an American thing, you want that. If you want a 70s car, you can do that. If you want a modern electric car, you can do that too.
TV, it's like, I'm a massive Doctor Who fan and stuff like that, but it's like, I know that everyone's getting all fucking arsey over the past few years of Doctor Who, going, oh, it's not as good as it was. But they're not even saying that. They're fucking ripping the shit out of people who are just fucking, they're just acting and that's it.
Oh, I see.
It's like, or writers, and it's like, oh, you're not the same as this person was, stuff like that. I'm like, go and fucking watch it then.
Yeah.
Go and watch the stuff that you enjoyed. It's still there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just say to yourself, going, you know what, I probably won't watch from this point on. It's like, I didn't particularly like all of it, but I still like to know what they've done with it.
Yeah.
Because I've loved it for that long, but I'm never going to fucking shit all over it. I will still appreciate it. If you stop appreciating it, you're probably not enjoying yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, you're making a toxic fandom. Fuck off.
It's very true. And I think, but actually, obviously, Doctor Who is a series, so it works differently in the fact that it is sort of like one fluid sort of timeline. Oh, Doctor Who-ish sort of shite. But with James Bond, you could say, look, I want to watch a Sean Connery film. That's the vibe I'm after, so I'm going to watch one of the older ones. Or I want that more modern Sony filmed, Daniel Craig thing, so I want to watch that. And you could just pick that. If you want to watch, David Tennant and Billy Piper, that was one of my favorite things is that series. And if I want to watch that, I'm going to go back to that. I'm not going to watch the new series and hope that they've recreated that perfectly. If they have, they're not doing their job right, to be honest, because they've just done the same thing again.
A whole show that pushes the idea of acceptance of change and renewal and things like that. And people don't like change. But you're watching the wrong program, people.
I am quite open to the idea of shite. For instance, Terminator 1, great, right? I think stop motion looks scary, good storyline, good concept. Let's get an Austrian in because he looks a bit scary. This is great stuff. Then you got Terminator 2. I think anyone who doesn't put that in one of the best action movies of all time is just on crack.
It's fucking amazing.
It is one of the best pieces ever. It definitely, whenever anyone says, "Oh, all sequels are shit," you just go, "How about that one?"
Or another James Cameron one, Aliens.
That's also true. Yeah. So and Titanic too.
So good.
I've not seen it. There is a sequel though, isn't there?
I think they did a third one where it was like zombies as well.
Oh my god, I need to do that. I fucking love Titanic, but as just to clarify, as in the ship, the disaster, everything about it, the actual thing, I also really like the film as well. But what I was going to say was Terminator 3 was very slated on, right? Everyone fucking hated it. Meanwhile, I'm sat there happy as fucking Larry. I just get to watch Arnie run around as the Terminator with a coffin with a minigun in it, and just it was great.
Michael, we need to talk.
No, you're supposed to say
because I actually really fucking like it too. I do. Unashamedly, I went to the cinema to watch that twice.
Twice,
and I had it on DVD, and I watched it a lot. Okay, all right. If anybody has a problem with that, you have to question why you're getting so worked up about people enjoying a film. I like it.
I was trying to see if I've still got my copy here. I don't think I have. But yeah, no, I actually did like it. And I thought it was a continuation. Yeah, sure, it's a bit tacky. And yeah, sure, they're flogging a dead horse. And, that one's gone back in time. That one's gone forward in time. Oh, why has that one gone back in time? It would have been able to do if that one was there already. Don't worry about it, guys. Just enjoy the film. And then they did Salvation, which was, I think, actually also a good film.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first. I remember when I go to the cinema to watch it going, I'm not sure. And then I think I had Sky Movies free for a year or something.
It was called
and
Sky
it was
Net,
on
wasn't it?
It was, hey, prick. And I watched it a few times and I went, you know what, yeah, it's fun. My biggest memory of that, I'm going to have to mute you clearing your throat just then.
Yeah, no, sorry. Now you have to leave it in.
Yeah, I do. My biggest memory of Salvation, weirdly, I'm not sure if we said this before, is on the PS Triple, as you would call it, the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I rented the game specifically for the trophy whoring, because you could get a gold for every level you completed, no matter what difficulty. And then after completing all the levels, you'd get a platinum. It's one of the easiest games to platinum.
Yeah, I've done it too for that exact purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I did it. I rented it back in the day on my mates when it was the current game. We rented it. And then in recent years, in fact, very recently, I completed it with another friend, but specifically for that purpose. And of course, the game's now worth £2 or something. I've actually moved it on since then. I've sold it, I believe, because it is only useful for that one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, and Salvation was really good. I enjoyed that. It was a completely different thing. Everyone openly was pissed off at Terminator 3. What are you doing? Okay, let's try something completely fucking different. And I know Christian Bale was a bit of an arse with regards to that one, whatever. There's loads of things talking negatively. I like him as an actor. I think the problem is that he's a method actor, and at that point he was playing that character, which was
extreme, isn't he? Yeah.
And I don't really know if that's an excuse. But either way, whatever, make your own assumptions. But I thought it was cool they tried something new. I thought it wasn't cool that they 3D generated Arnie's face at the end of it. I don't know if you remember that, the final scene where they're fighting in the refinery, whatever it is. I
can't remember if it was a 3D generated face or if they actually did I think they had a mold of his face.
Was it
memory?
A mold?
They had a mold of his face from the original film.
Yeah,
and they cast, and they reused the cast. I think there may have been some 3D imagery like 3D imagery. Listen to me. Aardman Animations probably came in and did a bit.
If they did, it would have been one of the best. I think my point is it comes across obviously as at least electronically animated in a CG sort of way.
I thought it looked great. At
really?
the time. I really thought it looked good.
I remember at the time just being completely just taken out of the story. But either way, it was a cool thing. And then you had what I like to call the other Terminator films. What was there? There's
Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
That was the one that had Matt Smith in it.
That was, he's made of graphite.
Oh, I can't remember.
Is that
he's
right?
Made from pencils.
Am I right in saying that's the one where they had like a cool retro throwback? at the beginning or during it at some point?
There was Genesis, which honestly I can't remember a lot of, and then the one after, the No Fate. No, that's the game.
No Fate, but what you make? No,
fucking hell, I can't remember. The latest one was the one where they had
Fate
John,
of the Furious?
John Connor at the beginning. Like from like, you know, Terminator 2 era John Connor, and then getting spoilers. Why am I saying spoilers? Fuck off. You get shot by a Terminator.
Dark Fate.
By Terminator. Dark Fate. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, play Terminator 2 No Fate, which is brilliant. Quang did some development for that as well, who you know.
I do know him.
Yes.
No Fate. That is... What is No Fate? A game on Steam. 2D, No Fate.
Yeah, so it's a platformer. It's really fucking good. It's pricey, but that's what you get for an IP, I guess. But I guess it's good fun. If you like your platformer, it really feels like a game that should have come out at the time.
Oh, is that good?
Well, yeah, it's more polished. Definitely more polished, but it's a lot of fun.
It's £25, everyone. You could probably find a key or something for it. But yeah, it looks cool. Looks all pixely and nice, as you say. Looks Mega Drive related, 16-bitty. I assume it's done to a higher quality than you would have expected back at Dare.
Oh yeah, it plays really well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Jono, we've been going on far too long.
It's nearly 2 hours. This is going to be great. Okay.
Well, speaking of which, huge thanks to John for doing all the social media logos, thumbnails, editing, absolutely everything to do with the podcast. Thank you for that, mate. Where's this being hosted? Didn't you say we need to shout them out?
Oh yeah, it comes up at the end of our audio podcasts. But if you go to channel84.co.uk, I'll put a link in the description as well. You can check over there. Tom and Rob, I listen to their podcast. They do the Variety Show podcast and the Untitled Sci-Fi Show podcast as well. And there are lots of other ones there on channel84.co.uk that I do recommend that you go and have a listen to. Thanks to them, I just basically said, hey, should we combine listeners then we can go be hosted with yourselves? And he went, do I have to? And I said yes. And so he said no, and then I hacked his account and did it anyway.
Thank you very much, Channel 84. I just looked, actually. I just went on the website as you went there. Pocket Knockers is back, it says. Mike and John strip the series back to basics and talk rubbish into your ear holes. I think this particular podcast might be the very definition of that.
Yes, it really fucking is. I can't wait to find out what we're going to talk about next week.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We would like to ask you if there's any ideas that you have for this podcast, anything you want us to do, any ideas for a segment, a Manicdote that you might want to include, whatever it might be.
Stuff you've watched, stuff you've played.
Yeah, sure.
Even stuff you've bought from B&M and eaten, like my pineapple dairy milk, which I will talk about next week.
Well, add it to the thing because you'll forget that immediately. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jono.
Thank you, Michael. Now go away.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This was a Studio Channel 84 network show. To find more, head over to channel84.co.uk now.